Hello, welcome to the word of encouragement. Learn to love. Yeah. Anyway, today is the 21st of October and it is 4:49 p.m. I know it's late. Got out of church, had to cook for my husband and my children. And you know how I go, wife stuff. But anyway, today I'm talking about something very important that I have to make sure I do, and everyone that watches this video or soon to watch it or hopefully will get to watch it needs to do, and that is encourage yourself. A lot of times we go through hurt, we go through hardship, and guess what? People don't make it better. If you always looking for a word from people or you always looking for people to encourage you, sometimes it never happens. And not only that, if things have been spoken in your life that is unlike God, that really affects you. So I believe God has given us the authority, you know, as an individual to cast those spoken words out of our lives that be unlike God because it's not of God, and that's the enemy. Only the enemy don't want you to prosper. So he uses people to speak negative things into your spirit, and if you're not careful, you're not strong enough, you'll begin to believe those things that they have spoken in your life. And not only that, you will begin to walk in those things that they have spoken in your life. If no one comes and tells you that you are better than that, and there's nothing too hard for God, and with God you can do all things. But the first point I'm going to talk about is learning to encourage yourself from what people have spoken into your life. And I'm going to come from Isaiah 57 and 19. And it says, "Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake." Now, I know that it's talking about people gathering together against you. There could be words that they have said or spoken against you. It could be negative talk. It could be people doing stuff, against you physically, or to tear down, the inner man. And I just want you to know today that it is not of God. And you have the power and you have the authority that God has given you to rebuke that devil and send them right back to the pits of hell. Or like I do, I rebuke and I bind every spirit, every spoken word that's not like God out of my life and out of my family life, and I send it right back to the pits of hell. Because everything that's unlike God that's spoken in my life, it don't need to prosper. And I thank God that He has given us authority over that, and over that situation. Somebody might have told you you're not going to be nothing. Somebody might have told you that you're never going to be nothing, that you're not successful, that you'll never succeed. Or maybe what you have been through in your past, that you might feel like that you're not going to succeed and you're not going to be successful. But I'm here to tell somebody that the devil is a lie. You have the authority to speak over your situation and be whatever God has called you to be. And God will give you the desires of your heart if you just learn to obey Him and walk in His will. And actually, this word today is encouraging yourself. It's not very long, so I might be on here for another 3 or 4 minutes, so just bear with me. And the second thing I want to talk about is because you are a child of God. That's another reason that you should be encouraged. You should be encouraged because you are a child of God. You are God's creation, and you are a child of God. And I'm going to come from Psalms 91, and I'm going to talk about verses 1 and 2. 1 says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." How great and encouraged should you be to just hear that, to know that because I'm in God, because the blood of Jesus is over my doorpost, because God is with me. That's enough to say I can do all things, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's enough to be encouraged yourself. And number 2 says, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. You mean to tell me that thing that God has spoken over my life that said He is going to perform, or that success that God said He is going to make happen because He said it, that's enough to be encouraged and to say, God, because I trust you, it encouraged me to run on and see what the end is going to be. Someone should be encouraged over that just by itself, to know that God is with you. It says right here, in Him will I trust, because you trust in Him because He said it. That's enough to be encouraged. And another one I want to make a point, not only is God with you, I'm going to come from Psalms 91 and 11. And Psalms 91 says, for He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Now that's a blessing to know. The angels have been charged over you. Even when you can't encourage yourself, even when you can't fight your own battle, that God has charged angels over you to make the death angel behave. Every negative word that's spoken, everything that the devil is trying to bring to you, that the angels are fighting for you, that's encouraging to know. That means I can still go on and do the things or some of the things that God has said for me, even when I can't encourage myself because the angels are fighting my battle. God made us a little lower than the angels. So the angels are higher than us and they can do the things that we can't do. That's a blessing to know. And I thank God for that. Now on until whenever, you should learn to encourage yourself. So it's so important that you encourage yourself. Don't let nothing or nobody stop you from being encouraged, because it means a lot. How can you love somebody else when you can't love yourself? How can you encourage somebody else when you don't know how to encourage yourself? Build up the inner man, build up yourself, and know that God is with you and there is nothing too hard for him. And I thank God for this time. So join me again, and this is Word of Encouragement. Learn to love. Thank you.